Cinco Squad. You know, it's funny. We're Cinco Squad, but
Yeah.
we're only two.
We don't speak Spanish.
That means two in Spanish, right?
Right. Yeah, definitely. That's where we're going to go.
So that's why we need Bad Bunny to perform at the Super Bowl so we can learn more
So we can
Spanish.
learn more Spanish.
So everyone needs to shut the fuck up. No, joking. Welcome to another episode of Cinco Squad. We are back here. Yeah, Grandpa Jay is out of town here for the weekend with his lovely lady. And he's going to have a great time, and we all know it. But he still threw in his picks for the college football draft. We have playoff baseball. It's Game 3 tonight. Game 3 tonight, which is weird to say, is our qualifying game to go to the DS. I heard a take by Yankees former legend. I wouldn't say legend. Yankees former player, and Clint Frazier. He's not a legend.
Maybe legendary for all the wrong reasons.
Well, I mean, he was legendary in the sense of overhyped. Underdelivered.
And that's all he's done since is just complain about the organization.
I don't think it's complain, though. If you actually listen to his podcast and you actually listen to the SSA, it's actually truthful information. Like they were saying, should they fire Boone? And he said it's a little bit more difficult than that. That you firing Boone means you would have to fire more people because the way that the game is turned is all analytical. Mm-hmm. You and I have seen that multiple times that people have made decisions that are bad, a la Kevin Cash in the World Series, COVID World Series, taking Blake Snell out. But he was basically saying that how the lineups are set each day are Boone has his lineup, the analytical team has their lineup who they should be going up against. And in my opinion, I think that's a load of shit because you know what? Baseball's a field game, right? Your big time guys should be out there at the end of the day. And Jazz Chisholm proved why he should be on the field. Because he does stuff like what he did, and he was able to perform at a very high level, which you expect your superstars to do so. Correct. I think Boone lost that game on game one. I think our bullpen is terrible. They need to get going. I think looking at it analytically needs to be a balance. And I think a lot of people, when you look at Derek Jeter, who said this game is way too the other way, it's a little bit of knowledge of the game, all analytical. When you can't say that, you can't always have that prediction because you don't know. I mean, Ben Rice, the month of September, last 22 games of the season, he was batting .325, 27 hits, 22 runs scored, and I think he had like 20 RBIs. Where you had Paul Goldschmidt, who was the veteran, potential Hall of Famer, had batted 245, 12 hits, and 12 runs scored. Yep. So, analytically, it should have been Ben Rice, but Paul Goldschmidt's going to play in the first game, and he did great. He batted 2 for 2, or his first 2 at-bats were hits. He's playing great. I just don't understand how analytics can just continue to play this game, and you're the analytic guru, so I would figure you'd love it.
Oh, no, because there's a difference between using analytics and letting analytics completely dictate what you do. I'm good with analytics in the sense of looking at stats. If someone has a good batting average or, drives in runs or gets on base, draws walks, that's one thing because that's clear-cut things that help the team, getting hits, getting on base, all those kinds of things. But it's when you get into like the deep dive ones of like F-WAR and batting average versus left-hand pitchers that pitch on a Tuesday that stand on one side of the mound in a snowstorm when it's windy out and all that kind of, that's when you get too deep into it. You get too analytical about it and you start making mistakes. So I like it because it helps you figure out players that might be underrated that do something for you.
All the analytics are boring me because, fuck analytics. That's not how I would manage a game. Goldie, get up there. Ben Rice, get up there. Let's go. Let's play everybody.
Well,
let's put everybody in. Let's go. Let's just have a rotation. Let's get it. Ain't that right, Bubs? Ain't that right? What you think? Yeah, all the analytical bullshit annoys me. It drives me nuts.
Yep.
And I'm tired of it. I'm tired of seeing it ruin games and ruin opportunities for players. So But we have great baseball going on. I mean, the Dodgers played last night, absolutely destroyed the Reds, as you probably would have thought, as you should, as a Dodgers team, destroy the Reds because of your payroll. You got the Cubs playing against the Padres right now. Tigers took care of business in Cleveland, proved why they were the best team out of the Central, even though the Guardians won that series. We'll see what happens tonight against the Yankees and Red Sox. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not too comfortable with how this is going right now. Last night's a huge win, big comeback win for the guys. But do you think the wild card should be 5 games? There used to be 1, and then it'd be now it's 3 because I always said it should be 3. But do you think we should see more baseball out of this, or is this something where or how about expand the playoffs to 6 and allow, or no, expand it to 7 like the NFL and have the 1 seed only be the only team that's sitting out?
Yeah, so as a baseball fan, I love more baseball. I'm cool with it going to 5 or add an extra team. I think with the way the game seems to be sitting with the casual fan, I think that would be a mistake because at this point you don't do anything else to draw people in, and you're just giving more product that people are you're having trouble getting people to watch.
What do you mean? Like they're having problems getting people to watch? The reason why they're having difficulties of having people watch because they put a wild card game at 1:00 in the afternoon.
Well, yeah, and they don't market their stars, so nobody knows. The casual fan doesn't know who's playing.
Right, but
does the casual fan know who Pete Crow Armstrong is for the Cubs? No, they don't.
No, of course. I mean, the diehard fans of baseball know,
right.
And I think obviously a lot of people had a problem with my post about 1 p.m. games, but realistically, not everyone can take PTO. Not everyone has that luxury. And why would I take a day off to watch baseball on a Tuesday? Just sit in my living room and watch baseball? That doesn't make any sense. I already work from home, right. So baseball is ruining itself. Number one, number two. There's simple things. The postseason logo looks terrible. They did a post the other day on Twitter, and I commented back on it saying, "This looks terrible. Which one over the last 15 years looks great?" And I was like, none of them. There's no creativity in any of them. The World Series logo looks like crap every single year. There's no creativity. They stopped that a long time ago, and they're just boring. Baseball is becoming boring, more and more boring to people, and they're not doing anything about it. But I'm enjoying the wild card series so far. I know this is a lot of negativity, so let's keep it a little bit more positive. Favorite play of the playoffs so far?
That's a tough one. I would probably have to say. I have to go with kind of a personal bias here. Wells' RBI single last night where Jazz scored from first. That was the most exciting to me.
Nah, it had to be the Cubs coming back in Game 1 where they hit 2 home runs back-to-back to take the lead, and to see Wrigley Field absolutely erupt and and that's what I'm saying is a game like that, like a 2-1 ball game, and it was packed at Wrigley, right? Of course, Cubs fans were diehards, but that's my point. It was a 3:00 game. A 3:00 game, and you have Wrigley Field packed out. I think it was bottom of the 8th, and your 2 studs hit back-to-back jacks to take the lead. The place to right. I'm just imagining a night game in that sense, and it just being probably a ton of viewership. Holy shit, look at this. That's what I'm looking for out of baseball. Is you can have those games. You don't need to have 4 wild card games in one day. You can have a 6 p.m. and you can have a 9 p.m. game. It's very easy because the rest of the fucking leagues do it every single time.
Yeah, and to your point, I think one of the reasons why that doesn't come to mind for me as an exciting moment is because I didn't see that. I didn't get to see that game because I was at work in an office that's 45 minutes away from home. So that game ended and that moment happened while I was driving. So I didn't get to see that moment, so I can't pin excitement on it because you know what I mean? Watching highlights is great, but it wasn't live in baseball, whether on TV or in person, especially in person, but even on TV, baseball's a game that's more exciting when you see things happen in real time versus highlights. Highlights are fun and all, but it's not the same joy because I know the Cubs won that game already when I'm going to watch the highlights.
Yeah, I mean, ultimately, the best of the playoffs are going to be probably around 5 or 6, so you'll be able to watch it. I hope they don't put a West Coast game at 5 o'clock and have it be shitty because they typically do that as well. But
Yeah.
baseball is in the postseason. NHL starting here soon. You got the NBA starting here in a couple weeks. But there's Krill Kriprasov,
Kirill Kaprizov.
whatever his name is,
Yeah.
Kiprasov, whatever.
Mika Kiprasov.
He got a $17 million a year salary. Extension. He signed for 8 years. What, 136 million or something like that. And you were kind of taken back by it because the game's biggest star is now not the highest paid. So I think this is great for the game. This is what NHL needs. The players need to stand on business and say, "This is what we owe. This is what you should owe me. I deserve this money." So it's only going to keep going up from here, and eventually you're going to see guys into the 20s, 30s, and hopefully $40 million the way they should, because hockey's the best sport in the country, in my opinion.
Well, I think it's baseball, but hockey's my second favorite sport. And I saw a comment on the clip I put out about his new contract, which, I mean, I think he deserves. He's a 22-year-old, and he's the star of the team. Like, he's supposed to be one of the future pieces of the league. It's just a question of, like, what's guys like, McDavid, Matthews, Draisaitl, what are they going to be worth if he's worth 17 right now?
We'll find out next year.
We will find out next year, and I'm actually kind of excited to find out. But
because that's when McDavid and Draisaitl's contracts are up.
Yeah, and Draisaitl was the highest paid before.
So
at 14. So I saw a comment on the clip on TikTok, and someone pointed out something really interesting. One of the major reasons why the NHL is so far behind other leagues, specifically the NBA, because their growth has kind of been paralleled throughout most of their history as far as monetary things, was the NBA took a big salary jump in around like 2004, which is the exact time that the NHL had a full season lockout. So their cap stayed flat. So while the NBA was taking a jump, the NHL made no money, so they didn't jump, and that's one of the reasons why they're so far behind. But now, looks like
it's also about popularity too. The game is not as popular as the NBA. The NBA is worth a lot more than the NHL. That's what plays in the factor. So,
the lockout hurt their TV rates.
Right.
They essentially, I think that's one of the major reasons why at the time ESPN dropped the NHL, because it was a full season that they had nothing to show. They gravitated towards.
But it also happened to be that LeBron James was in the league at that time.
Exactly. They gravitated towards the NBA, and then off it went.
But it was very hard, even if the NHL was there, going to be able to pick them up, because their next 2 stars didn't come until a year later or that year.
They got drafted already, so they were supposed to be stars. They just didn't get to play.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. Yeah. Though, you can't market anybody if they're not there.
Correct. That's what I'm saying. They're gone, so the NHL.
Right. So, but they were never going to be bigger than LeBron James.
Oh no, never.
No, neither were American born.
It's true. No,
one was Canadian, one was Russian.
I don't think they were going to be bigger than LeBron James, but they would have grown more.
Yeah.
Just playing.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that when I look at the NHL, this is a big day for the NHL for growth. And I'm always saying pay the players what they're deserved. I'm always going to be on the player side of money, even though sometimes I'm against college players for that. But I'm more or less I'm gonna make you get your money. Like, yeah, go get your money, but then also don't bitch and complain when you lose a coach or something like that. You want to go into the portal. I don't believe in that. Like, stay with your money, get your money, and that's how it's done in a professional way. Right. But looking at, the NHL, it's a good day. You're going to see that. I think Draisaitl's contract's going to be north of 25 a year, and McDavid's probably going to be up there, probably north of 25, he's probably going to be the first player to max 30. And I see that coming here next year. A team's going to pay him, or he's going to go in there and be like, look, if this guy who hasn't proven anything in the league yet is getting 17, I am double worth that. So give me 30 a year, and that's what I'm going to be. And unfortunately, that's where the NHL's headed. I'm happy for it, because these guys deserve to get paid. They get their ass kicked for 82 to 90 games a year. So it's about time.
Oh, I completely agree. I don't think McDavid's getting 30. Only because he might get like 25. I don't think he'll get to 30 because that's such a jump. He is worth double, but I don't know if any team is going to, because they know where the market is. I don't know if any team is going to, give him that now. Now, his next one, because if he's smart, if he and his agent are smart, they're going to sign like a 4 or 5 year deal, and he'll be in his early 30s by the time, and still in his prime by the time his next contract comes up, and then he might get 40, based on where the market's probably going to be at that point. And it's interesting that the league this new CBA is also restricting years, where this is the last major 8-year deal that's probably going to get signed in the NHL. Next year, it kicks in where if you re-sign with your team, you can only sign for 7, and then if you're signing with in free agency, you can only sign for 6.
Yeah,
which is what the NBA does. Less years, but
I don't care about the years. I like the longevity part of the contract, so I'm okay with the 8 years. I just think that these players are deserving of what they're getting paid.
100%.
But what is deserving is our college football slate this weekend. Damn, you hungry or something? You keep going like this.
Finally back to all sports instead of just one.
Well, I mean, we got college football this weekend. Not a lot of great games. Vandy, Alabama, rematch of last year's upset. And then it's not even just Vandy, Alabama. It's number 16 Vandy versus number 10 Alabama. So that's going to be a great game. I think Bama's got I think it's going to be a 3-touchdown win. Looking at Miami, number 3 Miami versus number 18 Florida State in Tallahassee. Another big game for Florida State. I mean, Jamie said that he thinks Miami's the best team in the country. Yeah. I don't see it.
No, me either.
But I don't really see a team. Who's next? I mean, Florida State has to move the ball, and unfortunately, they got exposed because Castellanos can't do anything in the pocket. And if Miami contains him, unfortunately, his receivers aren't going to go up and get the ball. There's got to be a good game plan for him because you can't let this guy go out there and get killed every time. And I think the defense just lacks in that game against Georgia Tech or Virginia. It was just, and I said that. I said I feel like it's one of those upset games where Virginia's going to throw everything they can at them, and they did. Florida State just couldn't come back, and I think this is going to anger Florida State. Miami's it's going to be a packed house in Tallahassee. Tina and I almost tried to go up to the game. But, it's going to be a fun weekend up there. And I think it's going to be probably the game of my opinion, I think this game will be the game of the season.
Yeah, I could definitely see it happening. Now, question, because I haven't seen it. Has Game Day said where they're going yet?
They're not. They already went there.
To Florida State?
They went there for Bama.
No, because they were at Texas, Ohio State.
Were they?
Yeah.
Oh, it might be a game. Might be a game day there.
So I think. Well, the thing is, I think now they might, because I didn't know if they'd said it yet. I think they were probably planning on going there, but now they might go to Tuscaloosa for Vandy, Bama.
I mean, they would already made the decision where game day's going.
Yeah,
It's Thursday now, so they definitely.
I haven't seen where they're going.
Well, what are your thoughts on the weekend?
Yeah, I think it's going to be a good slate of games. This very well might be the game of the week. If not, I think it might be actually Vandy, Alabama, because Vandy's going in. This is essentially probably their Super Bowl at this point because it's Alabama, all the success in the SEC in recent memory and things like that. And it would be a big road upset for them to possibly catapult themselves, to 10, if not higher, depending on what happens in the top 10, if Vandy were to upset Alabama. But I do think Florida State's going to come out firing, obviously at home, big game for them, and this is a way to probably secure their place in the ACC championship game that there is now in doubt with the loss to Virginia. I
mean, I kept saying to a lot of Florida State fans, relax, it's only one loss. There's a lot of college football left, and a lot of people in college football are still – Oklahoma looks like a great team. Miami just doesn't look that good to me. I just don't see it. I don't see what everyone else is seeing.
They're finding ways to win games, but I still think, all things being equal, the best-looking team all around to me this year has still been Ohio State. I mean, they just seem to have not lost really a step.
Yeah, they're just coming out. I mean, there's not a lot of great games this weekend, and in the NFL slate, I mean, there's a lot of weird games this weekend that could be upsets. But before we go into our NFL talk, because we got the Niners Rams tonight in LA, let's do our fantasy football draft.
Okay, so last week, not a fantastic week for the two people you see on screen, unfortunately, which does
That's
mean
typical.
that Grandpa Jay did get the win last week.
That's annoying.
So John came in third with 40.36 points. I came in second with 56.08 points, and Grandpa Jay comfortably won with 73.2. Mostly helped by the fact that his pick at quarterback, Jalen Daniels from Kansas, had 43.3 points alone last week.
Wow.
Yeah. So to update, before we pick our players for this week, to update the current standings as far as total, I remain in the lead at 354.92 points. Grandpa Jay in second with 303.88 points, and John in third with 215.56 points.
Hanging out back there.
Hanging out.
All right, so Grandpa Jay gets the first pick of the draft.
He does.
So who is he picking?
Well, as much as I don't want to pick him for him, I know he wants him. I let him have him. He will select running back Jeremiah Love from Notre Dame. I know he wanted to be here to see the look on my face when he revealed that pick, and now this week would have been the week to do it because I couldn't have stopped him. But I will allow him to have him.
All right, who are you picking?
All right, so for my pick, like we've said before, quarterbacks seem to be most valuable in the college picks. Got a few picks in mind, but I will take quarterback C.J. Bailey from NC State.
All right, well, I'm going with the kid, Dylan Raiola, out of Mr.
Baby
Patrick.
Mahomes.
I mean, everyone's saying he's struggling this year, but he's through 4 games and 1,100 yards, 11 touchdowns, and 1 interception. I don't really see.
Solid QBR.
Yeah, 77.2 QBR, which is 27th in the nation. So, I mean, I'm taking Dylan Raiola. He's playing at home against Michigan State. Give me the kid. Give me Patrick Mahomes Jr.
Well, that's actually a good pick. I've been having my eye on him, but I've been waiting for a more favorable matchup. So for a second round pick, we'll get Grandpa Jay's QB. I believe you pronounce it DeMond Williams Jr. from Washington. We'll pick the Washington Huskies QB. For my second round pick, I'm going to get a running back or receiver. Yeah, I'll go receiver. I'm going to go Danny Scudero from San Jose State.
Hey, Bubs.
Bubs, what are you doing? Come on, man.
You're on camera, dude.
You're on camera, dude.
All right, who you taking?
Not that kind of show. I took Danny Scudero, from the wide receiver from San Jose State.
All right, I'm taking Robert Henry from UTSA. Why, you already got taken?
Yep.
Who took him?
I did.
Well, you can go. So. All right, I want Hollywood Smothers. Has he been taken?
He has not. He was on my list.
Hollywood Smothers because of the name. Give me a smother in Hollywood.
All right, so NC State, for me to win now, I'm going to need you to pass the ball way more than you run. For the third round, we're going to have Grandpa Jay take his wide receiver. He takes Chris Bell, not the basketball player from Syracuse, the wide receiver from Louisville. I did when he sent the picks, I did a double take. I'm like, wait a minute. Doesn't he play basketball for Syracuse? But
yeah, he nails threes.
Yeah, I feel like in this case, I'm not going to get him a lot of points.
Okay, it's 5 of them. 15.
But it's the wide receiver from Louisville, Chris Bell. That brings me to my running back. Hollywood Smothers has already been selected. So instead, I will take...
Looks like we're having some technical difficulties.
I think I know how to fix it.
All right. Well, that's what you get for having your own. We don't have any producers. So if anyone wants to be a producer of our show, just let us know. We're not paying anything, but you can have a good time and you can come on like Pat McAfee show. So, there we go again. So it's going to be a little choppy here for the next few minutes, but we're going to finish our draft. Go ahead.
Yes. So to recap, in case anybody didn't hear, I just took in the third round my running back Sutton Smith from Memphis.
Gotcha. Okay. And I'm going to take has Danny Scudero from San Jose State being taken?
Yeah, I took him in the second round.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, I wasn't listening because. All right, because I'm not listening. What's on my list?
It's still early in the season, so there's a lot of names.
Has Jaron Canuck been taken?
Yes.
God dang it!
I took him week 3.
Eli Stowers. God damn
I tried
it!
to take him last week, and I took
Michael
him.
Trigg.
Yes, I took him last week.
Stop taking players. DeQuan Wright.
I don't think so.
Okay, I'm going to DeQuan Wright, tight end out of Ole Miss.
We got one.
Why do we have a list?
So for the fourth round, first pick in the fourth round, Grandpa Jay will select the USF defense. They're playing Charlotte this week.
I thought I took them. Who you got?
Let's see. Do I take my defense or do I take... Yeah, I'll take my defense. I will make sure that I get at least one of them this year. I will take the defense for the Notre Dame Fighting Irish.
I'm going to take Camden Brown out of Georgia State. Or Georgia Southern, I'm sorry.
No, I believe he is available.
All right, well.
All right, and finally, opening the fifth round is Grandpa Jay's tight end, Luke Lindenmeyer, the tight end from Nebraska.
I'm going to take... Oh, it's your turn. Never mind. That's what I'm trying to tell you. It's your turn.
Let's see. Tight end, I will take Gavin Harris from New Mexico State.
I'm going to take... I'm going to take Memphis's defense. Have they been taken?
They have not. They were on my list.
Okay, I'm going to take Memphis defense against 2 and 3 Tulsa. So we're going to take that. So, yes, we got our picks in for the week. So make sure you guys are seeing what the scores are. I'm just going to hang out in the back and drink and have a good time. But we got the Rams and the Niners tonight.
Yes.
NFC West showdown. Brock Purdy's not playing. What's his name? Mac Jones is going to be starting. Niners just riddled with injuries. The Rams look like one of the best teams in the NFL right now. Sean McVay just continues to build an organization that's just going to be built for longevity. He said, "Screw the whole. We're trading away all the picks for Matt Stafford. We're going to build a team here," and he knows how to do it. So, your boys are playing the Saints. Yep. Eagles playing the Broncos. Got a lot of good matchups here this week. I mean, Commanders Chargers going to be good. Patriots Bills for Sunday Night Football is going to be good. Eagles Broncos is going to be good.
I think Eagles Broncos. Yeah, is everybody waking up at 9:30 a.m. to watch the Vikings and Browns?
No, I'm okay.
Yeah.
I'll probably have it on in the background when I'm doing stuff, but I'm not going to watch it. A lot of good football this weekend. I've noticed with a lot of these games is that there's so many more penalties called. It feels like
I know.
Defenses can't do anything without
illegal touching of the player.
Start making it consistent too with the whole hitting into the head of the quarterback. Jalen Hurts slid last week and no call, and yet Patrick Mahomes, if they did the same thing, it'd be 15 yards. The defense player would be in jail, and the Eagles would just end their season right there.
He'd be exiled from the country.
Right. So, I mean, when you look at quarterbacks and getting hit in the head, if you're going to call it, I think it's a bull crap call. But if you're going to call it, be consistent with every quarterback. Doesn't matter who it is.
Right.
How about Tua on Monday night? Oh, my God. I thought he got that taken off. You didn't see it?
No. I didn't see that.
He slid and got hit. I'm like, oh, my God. Everybody that is a Miami Dolphins fan is like,
you're like, not again.
Right.
Just leave leave that man's head alone.
Well, apparently he's not eating. He's eating more carbs, which gives more fluid to the brain. He said that allows him not to get concussions.
I'm not a doctor.
That's what the neurologist told him. He literally, I gotta find it. He said it today.
Not when it's car crash level hits.
Oh, my phone died. I can't.
Okay, that's just more fluid for it to go through to hit the skull. It doesn't, to put the skull further away from the brain. I mean, I'm just going off of high school biology. Like, I remember learning about the human brain.
Head hits ground. Head goes woo.
Yeah, head goes woo. You go woo.
Yeah, like you're basically like when I saw it, I was like, oh.
Well, he's dead.
I was like, oh, and he got right back up and started smiling. I'm like, oh my god, every Miami Dolphins GM was like,
it's not a question of did he get back up and start smiling. Does he know where he is? Why is he smiling? Is he smiling because
where am I? Go Tide! Oh Jesus, get him a stretcher.
Does he think he's back in the third grade? Yeah, no, it's so when they slide, right? I get it. They give themselves up.
A lot of times it's last minute.
It is last minute, and so you need to be able to judge what is them not being able to stop their full speed momentum from hitting the quarterback. And when you do occasionally get guys that, the quarterback slides, he's almost come to a complete stop, and then the guy goes into the tackle. I've seen that before. That's, flagrant. You don't need to hit him at that point. If you're standing, he goes down, and then you hit him.
Yeah.
But if it's like a bang-bang play where they literally, you said last show on Tuesday, I mean, these athletes across the board, let alone football players, are bigger, stronger, faster, more athletic, more explosive than we've ever seen before. They can't defy physics and just stop. Like, if they're going into the hit already, if they're both going down, you're going to get hit. And that's just the name of the game. So you have to be able to differentiate between the two.
Yeah, and I just see it as, you gotta you gotta stop watching these things in slow-mo, because slow-mo is always going to look worse. Yeah. Okay, you want to look at a slow-mo of how the guy, if he's in bounds or not, gotcha. Catching, gotcha. But when it comes to hitting, you can't slow that down, because you can't ultimately say, oh, well, if he's look how much it looks worse when you slow it down. It's always going to look worse. So look at things in real speed, because that's what you're looking at on the field. If you want to look at the helmets always hit. Always hit each other. But, yeah, I mean, I was, very nervous for the Miami Dolphins fan base. I was like, oh, God, this doesn't look good.
Which I don't even see that brings to mind the fact that I don't know. Who's their backup? Exactly. Yeah.
I thought it was Tyreek Hill until his leg went backwards.
That, speaking of nasty injuries, they're scary. I'm glad to hear that the surgery supposedly went well and he's fine and he's supposedly playing next year and all that. Because that looked like it was. When you say his leg was turned around, it legitimately.
I watched it live. I was like, oh, his leg, and the camera panned away, and I'm like, then Joe Buck is talking. I'm like, or no, it wasn't Joe Buck. It was Dan Orlovsky calling that game with Sean McDonough, and I was like, you guys aren't going to talk about his leg being the other way? They're just like, oh, and then a 10-yard pass play from Tyreek Hill. Just keep going. I'm like, golly, man, this guy, come on, man. What's going on?
I feared when I saw it, I was afraid for him that it was like Alex Smith with the spiral fracture of his leg, which, I mean, for different reasons, necrosis and all, and an infection and all that, his leg never looked the same, and his career was never the same. So
Alex Smith?
Yeah, Alex Smith. He got.
Well, he had an infection get in his leg. That's why.
Yeah. He had a spiral fracture up his leg, and then it got infected, got necrosis, and it started literally killing his muscle. So just the injury alone, the way I saw his leg turn and how it looked, I was like, oh Jesus! His whole leg's probably got a fracture going all the way up it. That's really dangerous, veins, arteries, and things like that. So I'm glad. It sucks to say you're glad that he only dislocated his knee and tore some ligaments.
No, he tore every ligament.
No, yeah.
He didn't just tear some. He tore every one in his knee.
Right, but
so he's not going to be back next year.
Ask his agent. His agent says he's playing.
Yeah, of course. I was just going to say something.
I know.
It's a contract year.
Exactly. But no, spiral fracture could have ended his career. Yeah. So I'm glad that it fixed.
Yeah.
For him.
But The NFL is into week 5. College football is into week 6.
Yes.
Week 6, which is pretty incredible.
We're here already.
6 games to go. We got 2 weeks to the first college football playoff rankings pop out. We got playoff baseball. We're going to be on Twitter. We've been arguing with you all weekend, last weekend, which was fun. Make sure you guys are tuning in. Trade Day is still here, so make sure you guys are tuning in. We'll see you guys here next Tuesday. Grandpa Jay will be here, and the rest of us. And Sir Bubba will not be asleep this time. Poor little Bubs. So we'll see you guys here next week. Single Squad out.